Martell Holt's messy little master plan, the one he's trying to piece together now that nobody, and I do mean nobody, wants him. Not Melody, not Cherie, not even the viewers of Love and Marriage Huntsville. He's out here looking like a man scrambling to hold on to relevance with nothing but Arrion Curry and a Section 8 storyline to fall back on. And baby, it's not giving what he thought it was going to give. So let's talk about it. Martell Holt, the same man who used to walk around acting like God's gift to black excellence, has now reduced himself to picking up the shattered pieces of his public image and trying to use Arrion Curry as a glue stick. But what he doesn't realize is that the glue dried up a long time ago. You cannot patch together a broken empire with the very woman you destroyed it with. Martell had a beautiful wife in Melody Shari, a thriving marriage, a show that literally revolved around their dynamic. And what did he do? He tossed it all out for a situationship with Arrion, a woman he never even publicly claimed. Not once. Not even after Melody left. Now, some people out there want to believe that Martell stayed, messing with Arrion for all those years because he was in love, that he just couldn't help himself. But let's be real for a minute. If it was love, he would have married her the second the ink dried on his divorce papers. But he didn't. What he did do was run through a list of other women, including Belinda Cherie Whitfield, and some others we don't even know by name, all while leaving Arrion on the bench like a fourth-string quarterback. She wasn't his leading lady. She was his backup plan, his ego stroke. The girl he kept around because she was always willing to be available. But the crazy part? Arrion still believes there's a future there. She's out here on the internet, dropping hints, talking about what Melody had and what Martell needs to do to measure up. Sis, you've been waiting for a man who's only ever used you as a pawn. Martell didn't build with you. He used you to destroy. You were part of the takedown, not the next chapter. It's the saddest part. He's still not claiming you. It's not wearing you proudly. It's not building a home with you. And now, his latest little move, allegedly moving you into his house under the guise of investment property, is giving more landlord than lover, more tax write-off than true love. And it's the viewers who are catching on. Comment after comment, people are seeing the pattern. One person said it straight. Martell only moved her in to collect that Section 8 check. And honestly, it's exactly what it feels like. The same man who once walked around in designer suits trying to act like he was the blueprint for black fatherhood and family values is now out here playing real estate games with a woman he refuses to honor. And don't forget, the court won't even allow her to stay overnight when the kids are there unless they're married. That's right. It's the same woman he's been entangled with for a decade still can't spend the night with him when he has his children. That doesn't tell you where she stands in his life. I don't know what will. And let's be clear, Martell is not just trying to rebuild a love life. It's trying to rebuild his image. Melody was his golden ticket. It's the moment she walked away and took the power. It's the platform and the purpose with her. Martell has been spiraling ever since. That's why he's still stuck. That's why he can't move on. Melody was the anchor, the one who made him look like more than he really was. Without her, he's just a man with a bunch of kids, court dates, and chaos. Destiny Payton once said it best, he's stuck, and everyone can see it but him. He can lie to himself all he wants. He can parade Arrion around, try to clean her up, talk about putting her through nursing school like he's building a future. But if that's the case, why hasn't he locked it down? Why hasn't he given her the ring she's been begging for? Why is he still referring to her as a good friend and not a fiancé, a wife, a partner? Because he doesn't love her. He never did. Arrion feeds his ego. Sure, she makes him feel needed, desired, powerful. But that kind of validation has a shelf life. And once the ego boost fades, the reality sets in. She's not Melody. She can't elevate him. She can't expand him. She can only remind him of what he lost. And for a narcissist like Martell, that's the worst kind of punishment. Martell has spent years playing the long game, trying to outmaneuver Melody, whether in court, in the media, or on television. He thought dragging her through custody battles would break her. He thought flaunting new women would make her jealous. But all it did was expose his desperation. Now that Melody is glowing, booked, and unbothered, Martell is scrambling. Arrion is just the latest chess piece on a board that he's already lost. Even his short-lived romance with Cherie Whitfield couldn't save him. That was supposed to be his comeback, right? A storyline, a high-profile relationship, a chance to get back on top. But Cherie is nobody's fool. She saw the cracks. She heard the rumors. She watched the red flags pile up, and eventually, she distanced herself. Now Martell is right back, where he started with Arrion, the woman he never wanted to build a real life with, trying to turn a situationship into a strategy. But let's talk about Arrion for a minute. Because yes, Martell did her dirty. But she also played herself. She really believed that if she waited long enough, endured enough, gave him enough, he would choose her. But what she didn't realize is that when a man uses you to destroy the woman he claimed to love, he's not setting you up to win. He's showing you exactly how he'll discard you to. And that's what's happening now. Martell is selling Arrion a dream, a fantasy of a future that he has no intention of fulfilling. He's talking about putting her through school, maybe moving her in. Maybe giving her a chance at the spotlight now that Melody is no longer on the show. But let's not forget, he's had every opportunity to make her his woman, and he still. Hasn't he had children with her? Sure. But that wasn't about love. That was about control. Martell wanted to tie her to him permanently, the same way he tried to control Melody. These types of men don't build you up, they bind you. And once you're tied in, they weaponize that connection against you. That's why Arrion has spent years publicly crashing out every time Martell embarrassed her. That's why she went off on the internet when he started seeing other women. That's why she's always talking about what Melody had and what she wants. Because deep down, Arrion knows. She knows she wasn't the choice. She was the consequence. She was the collateral damage. And now that the dust has settled and Martell's options have dried up, he's trying to repackage her as something. She's not wifey material. But baby, if she was wife material, she would have been a wife. The truth is, Martell is using Arrion to stay afloat. She's not a partner. She's a life raft. And now, as the court orders pile up, as the viewers turn on him, as his access to Melody's glow fades into the past, Martell is panicking. He's not just trying to fix his love life, he's trying to fix his storyline. And what better way than to drag Arrion into the spotlight she's always craved? But it's not going to work. The viewers see through it. The cast members see through it. Even Arrion, on some level, sees through it. So what's next? Martell's so-called master plan is crumbling. Melody's not looking back. Cherie S. moved on. Destiny is side-eyeing from the sidelines, and Arrion, she's either going to wake up and walk away or stay asleep and watch her own downfall unfold on national television. Either way, the clock is ticking. The game is up. Martell, he's not the puppet master he thought he was. He's just a man with no plan, clinging to the last woman standing because everybody else already left the building. So keep watching till the end because this isn't over. If Martell really thinks he can turn Arrion into his comeback, Queen, we've got a front row seat to one of the saddest reality checks in reality TV history. Stay tuned because, baby, this ride is far from finished. And baby, when we say this ride is far from finished, we mean it. Because while Martell is out here spinning narratives and playing house with Arrion, the world around him is shifting fast. The audience isn't stupid. The fans of love and marriage, Huntsville, have been watching this story unfold for years. They remember the lies, the manipulation, the tears, and the gaslighting.